Welcome back, once again, ladies and gentlemen, to Enthador. I'm Marcus Aurelius, and this is Dwarf Fortress version 0.43, Sandpillar. And once again, we are being attacked by a vile force of darkness, and they are attacking on January the 1st, or the Dwarven equivalent. I keep saying that, but I'm not going to memorize the Dwarven months. But we're not quite done yet with our traps for the Forgotten Beasts, but I have some bad news, actually. One of the Forgotten Beasts, the mud one, died. I'm not sure if the other Forgotten Beast killed it, or if it just got killed by some random creature, but that's what happened. Why does it keep doing this again? Maybe D, and then... Okay, for some reason it just gets all wonky like that. But before we do anything, let's profile a dwarf. So we, last time around, we profiled Koldnar, and we don't have anybody new to talk about, so let's go and do it. Number 98. 98. Pinkie Pie. Alright, Pinkie Pie. Now, I'm not necessarily a fan myself, but I'm pretty sure that's one of the, it's one of the ponies, right? One of the My Little Ponies. Alright, let's take a look here at Pinkie Pie. Pinkie Pie is unassigned and is currently dumping an item. Pinkie Pie has modest quarters with a chest and cabinet, just like most everyone. Pinkie Pie is the wife of Microchasm, the mother of Doom Guy, the daughter of Deep Sea Diver Man and the Hukuru, and the older sister of Doran, the niece of Dragon, and Aracia, the niece also of Bangle Hairy Basement, and she's cousins with Valton R, Ilral, Icthagmful, one of our mercenaries, interesting, and Enoi Rao, our miner, legendary miner, Zach, and Grugtar, Cabuis, who's legendary and also in our military, Hassoon Ironbeard, cousin, a lot of cousins, John Buckbeard, and Nexus Lay, and also for some reason Kriegmeister is her apprentice. And Isomore is her former apprentice. In what craft, I just don't know. But whatever, that's cool. Normally I'd think she was a vampire, but I know she's not. Okay, I want to see my friends. I'm lonely. She was bored after not learning anything. She was bored after being unable to practice a martial art. Okay, well, we might draft you later if necessary. She is bored after a lack of abstract thinking, and she feels lonely after being away from friends for too long. However, she felt pleasure after a satisfying exquisition, pleasure after putting on an exceptional item, pleasure near a fine door, and interested after watching a performance. Euphoric, of course, due to inebriation. And, what else? Satisfied at work. She is 60 years old, and she is a fan of talc, copper, melanite, fire imp leather, red panda parchment, bucklers, shoes, grates, and goats for their eating habits. When possible, she prefers to consume loon, cave fish, and bayberry wine, and she absolutely detests cave spiders, and that is Pinkie Pie. Alright, well, there's our vile force of darkness. Let's get everybody in on this. First of all, I know this is going to be kind of boring to watch, but let's expand our burrow here to include our new mining floor. Let's, yes, okay, so we're now currently selecting this burrow. Fantastic. All right, this is all in our burrow. Okay. We don't need that one yet. Moving down. I'm going to include all of this in the burrow as well. Let's say everything up to this door here. Okay. And we're safe all the way down here. This is all safe. This is excellent, including our new areas that we've just dug out. Lovely. Alright, this does not have to be in the burrow like long term, but I do want the dwarves to keep getting rid of these stones, dumping them. So we're gonna, for right now, we're gonna include it in the burrow. But I'll go ahead and take it out of the burrow probably later off camera. Alright, going down. I want all of this in the burrow. Cool. And this too, obviously. Alright, sweet. Going down. Let's get these in the burrow too. We'll put this, because we haven't opened up yet. But so now we have the really crazy Forgotten Beast still. The cheap one that would have been an easy kill is unfortunately gone. Alright, perfect. Burrows are all set. Oh, actually, let's make sure I have my downstairs. It's been a while since we've been attacked by a vile force of darkness. Yeah, this is all solid. Oh, yep. And yep, yeah, this is all in there. Alright, great. So military alerts. Let's get all the civilians in the burrow. Is there anybody outside? Nope, just our dog. Alright, so he's going to be a goner. But we're going to go ahead and close up the trader's entrance. And is there anybody down here in the pit area? Doesn't appear so. No. Usually you'll occasionally see a dwarf or two out here with a wheelbarrow grabbing a stone, but not this time. So we're going to go ahead and close that as well. And finally, we're going to have Fulgar's Ferocity get ready to do some damage here. Okay, we're in it. We're in it to win it. Here comes the ravenous hordes. Oh, I don't know if this is going to change anything. Who knows? But I raised the potential number of attackers to 500. It used to be 200. And they haven't reached 200 yet, so I don't necessarily know if that will make a difference, but hey, we'll see. They are continuing to come. Let's see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure at this point that for one reason or another, they are never going to send any elite troops like masters. Why do we have a diplomat? Where the heck? An elven diplomat? I didn't even see you come in. Get inside the fortress, sir. Okay, luckily they're not susceptible to my traps. Excellent. Okay, the diplomat's going to make it in. But yeah, so it's just a bunch of scrubs. You know, I've never seen it myself, but I've heard tell of situations where you'll have, like, the goblin general show up, or lords, you know, or interesting people. And I mean, like, lords, like noble lords. I don't mean, like, axe lords or anything like that. But yeah, none of this. I don't know if it's just this world I created, or maybe this version. Because I have seen, in previous playings of this game, I have seen elite troops arrive. Maybe it's just the mangy spider doesn't have a lot of elite troops. Maybe they need more years to gain them. I don't know. That's really disappointing, though. I'd like to see some elite troops. And no, they keep coming. I was going to say it looks like this is it, but it's not. 176. So the elven diplomat made it in, but not the elven caravan. It's alright, though. Wow, a lot of ostriches around here. A giant cave toad. A beak dog with a name. Let's take a look at him. So nothing about if it killed anything, but that's a named beak dog. That's pretty interesting, but not as interesting as like a swords master or a hammer lord. I don't know. I'm a little bummed out. I know little things could screw up the game. Maybe some of the world gen things I did. I don't know. One time I was playing Masterwork, and it was awesome. I got attacked by white tigermen, and they were riding, like, fire-breathing thingamahajis. Not dragons, but something that was really cool. It was just really impressive. This is just basic goblins. Bunch of beak dogs, bunch of trolls. Yeah, nothing fun at all. And this appears to be the... Nope, more's coming. I was like, that appears to be the entire force. I think we're done. Well, I guess what they lack in quality, they make up for in quantity, huh? Are they going to go after the dog? Yeah, it looks like a small subgroup is. Alright, looks like they're done now finally. So how many we got? Not a ton. 195 units in general, but obviously we have a lot of random animals and such, so not all of them are enemies of the fortress. Look at all of these. Not only do we have a ton of bards and poets, like just an insane amount, but we also have Olan Rigothilram, the Baroness Consort of Silvery Tix. I don't know where Silvery Tix is. We should look it up one of these days. She's been here for a while. I wonder if she's going to petition to be a citizen. FPS is dropping a little bit. Yeah, we're down to 15, roughly. Another change in this new version of Dwarf Fortress is it's 64-bit now, which apparently doesn't improve the speed at all, but does improve, from what I understand, world generation. You can have much more developed worlds in the sense that they can have 500, 600 years of history, which prior to that would cause crashes. But obviously it hasn't improved the speed usage, and obviously my processor, like yours probably, is multi-core, and the game does not use any of those multi-cores. So I could probably be getting a lot better frame rate than this, but I'm not, sadly. Oh, and you might not be hearing that annoying noise. I'm not sure. I've recorded like other random videos where I've, like, by the time you're gonna watch this, I've known that I've removed the noise for like 5 or 6 videos. I did close that thing, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Alright, sweet. How are you guys doing down here? So I figured out what's wrong with the pit, and generally just with the current system of Dwarf Fortress, what happens is if a piece of their armor, and it could be even leather armor, like a cloak or something, deflects the spike, the entire fall is negated. Which is obviously not ideal, but it's just how it works. And it looks like these guys are going down there because that's where their commander is, maybe? You can see here a lot of our Marks dwarves are elite. Another thing is my fortress is incredibly happy. 171 are ecstatic and 5 are just really happy. And this is not with any kind of cheats or anything. This is just straight up just playing the game normally. Since none of these goblins are legendary, however, killing all of them is not going to do much to give our guys a name. The only thing I can do that for us are Forgotten Beasts. Or maybe Werebeasts or something of that ilk. Or a semi-mega or mega. What are you oohing about? Oh, Wombarl just became an elite Marks dwarf. Good for you, Wombarl. Yeah, I don't think any of our people are getting hurt here. Yeah, you can see we have a lot of humans. Oh, another petition. Yep. We're going to have another squad of auxiliaries pretty soon. We got 4 of them here. They don't even have a job. You guys come here, you kill our dog, and we retaliate by murdering all of you. Anyway, the invasions aren't as fun as they once were, so let's go down here and look at the... Whoa. Ah, Zarya has cooked a masterpiece, but I don't think that's what that noise was for. I'm not sure what the noise was for. It doesn't appear like my people are doing what I want them to do here in terms of getting rid of these boulders. Although the slow FPS isn't helping, I'm sure. Oh yes, these drawbridges that I'm building here are made out of iron. I just thought that was a nice touch. And I have a lot of iron, so... I'm starting to have a lot of steel too, but I haven't yet forged any type of steel weapons or anything. Is this just suspended? Or no, it's just inactive. Needs any metal smithing. Come on, guys. I'm not asking you to do anything else right now. Although that guy is hungry and thirsty, whoever he is. Let's see. Isomore. Isomore is hungry and thirsty. Look at the dining room here. Isn't that beautiful? All green glass. Actually, do we have any beds? We do. Oh, we have a lot of beds. Okay. Well, not a lot. So we could still use 5, 6 more beds. So I'll show you the new jobs interface. So as you can see here, you can link a specific workshop to the job so that you're only doing the job in a specific workshop. I don't tend to do that, although my green glass tables, I have 2 shops max. That doesn't appear to work though, because I saw that job being distributed amongst 3 shops. But you go to a new order, and you have a lot of stuff to choose from. In this case, we are going to make beds. And I'm wanting 6 of them. And that's that. We're not going to necessarily link a shop, but if you wanted to, you could set conditions. So it's all work orders. You can add a condition, like probably what material it should be made out of, how many you should have. So it's basically just a internalization of the workflow plugin. I haven't really played around with it, but you can change the material, the traits. What's a trait? Extract bearing fish item? Yeah, this is a little too detailed for me here. Let's see, did I hopefully didn't create any conditions. Let's delete condition. Alright, no conditions for this work order. Perfect. And we're continuing to shoot these guys up, although my poor Mark's Dwarf squad, they're throwing up all over the place. And I know a lot of you have recommended solutions, have them train up at the top. Yes, I certainly can do that. Maybe I will. It's just if something happens, like if a dragon attacks or something, I want to be able to get them downstairs quickly. Idala Feo Belechi, you have respected the trees in this area. What trees? So I think we cut down maybe 3 cactuses about 5 years ago. What are you talking about? So they're warning us not to cut down any more trees. We literally have not cut down a tree. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's just their stock sayings. I thought you had to destroy a certain... Maybe it's percentage. So maybe there's only like 5 trees and we cut down 2 of them. So that reaches a percentage of tree cutting down that the elves are not happy with. I wonder if we got in a tussle with the elves and they declared war on us, if they would be at war with our entire civilization. That would probably not be ideal. Let's see how things are doing here. Okay, that is something that I don't like to see. Wombarl, what's your deal, Wombarl? Am I gonna have to take you off duty? Picking up equipment. Why on earth would you do that? What equipment could you possibly want here? DB, forbid. Just forbid all of this, please. Alright, there shouldn't be any equipment for you to pick up. It's a good thing I looked just at that moment to catch this. And Wombarl's still going. I mean, wish it would tell you what piece of equipment he's trying to pick up. But alright. I can't afford this right now, so... Wombarl, you're kicked off the squad. Get in the burrow. What equipment he could have been possibly going after when I've had everything... Maybe he's going down here? Alright, DB, forbid. Oh, I see these bolts here. Why would you go for them when you have so many closer bolts? Okay, those are forbidden. Also, I accidentally forbid some boulders, but I don't really care about that. And let's go down into the pit. And let's forbid all this nonsense too. Oh yeah, I haven't yet created my pit killing zone, which is probably going to be here. I have to wait till the goblins aren't around so I can go down here and smooth out all these walls so they can't climb out. And also get rid of the staircase. That's not going to happen during this attack. Alright, so is anybody else trying to do anything foolish? Nope, just Wombarl. Alright, Wombarl, I think you've learned your lesson. What do you think? Now I just gotta find you. Wombarl. Alright, cool. Alright, looks like Wombarl has learned his lesson. Or her lesson. We're still at about 15 FPS. It feels slow. Of course, that's my recording FPS. Maybe the game FPS is slower. Who are you two? How come you're not elite yet? Reinhard and Brent Gingerbear are not elite, nor is Maddie and McPhinney. How about our Baroness? Volgarg or Smash. Since they have the Baroness export of rings. Oh yeah, by the way, she does forbid the export of rings. So in order to deal with that, I'm just having my Craft Source Workshop specifically make non-ring items like mugs and bracelets and amulets and crowns. Just everything but rings. Only killed one goblin though. You are definitely not the best Mark's Dwarf we've got. Everyone wants to go down into the pit. And look at all these guys climbing the walls, too. That's hilarious. But there's no way I was going to smooth the outside of this pit. If they want to climb out, they're welcome to it. Okay, how are things going here? Nobody is getting rid of my stuff. Why? Why are you not dumping all this stuff? I've asked you to dump it, dwarves. No, Astri. Fragrance music or whatever. We do not need you. Hey, but the drawbridge is fixed. That's good. We're kind of running out of lever room here. But this is next to our tavern. A lot of people hang out here, so let's build a lever put it up here. Let's make it as... I guess we'll do this one as slate. And this one's siltstone. And this will be our two for that cavern layer. The inner and outer. Okay, this guy's gonna die. Astri Adil Junu, the human bard. I have no command over him. I cannot tell him what to do. He is not a citizen of this place. Are those goblins just gonna hang out forever? What do you... Kabui's just became an elite Marks Dwarf. Alright, dude, are you just gonna hang there on the rock? I mean, you could do that. I'm not stopping you. But... Alright, good. Fulgar's taking some shots. I'd like Fulgar to kill a few more things. Just to, you know, make the men and women of our armed forces respect her a bit more. Brent Gingerbear just became an elite Marks Dwarf. Alright, squad. I guess you're going to start practicing outside from now on. What do we got here? We're down to 129. I really wish they would send somebody of note. I hope that's not bugged out and we never, in all the fortresses we create in this world, see, like, elite people coming after us. That would make me very sad. Alright, this is all set to be dumped, right? Yeah. It's in the burrow. And no one's idle, so maybe they're just doing something else right now? But what? What are they possibly doing? Reinhard just became an elite Marks Dwarf? So pretty much everyone but Fulgar, I guess. Come on, Fulgar. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. And also, for those of you who witnessed my 3D episode, to the south here, we have that giant 4-story waterfall as you follow the river to the south. Otherwise, if you follow it up here, you have the route into the Goblin lands. Wow, they're pretty happy. They're really happy. I guess that's the noise they make when they go into a martial trance. Well, folks, we're going to have a lot more bones after this. There goes a troll. Although, yeah, so probably if you're going to do a pit trap in your fortress, the way to do it, from what I've learned, is obviously smooth both ends of the walls, or make it so that they can only fall, like, around here, where there's nothing they can grab onto. That's what I should have done, too. I should have smoothed the sides of this thing. And then, instead of spikes, spikes are useless. Don't ever do spikes. Just let them fall on the floor. Do a paved floor out of the hardest metal you've got. So, like, silver, or... Isn't gold a heavy metal? I don't know. But silver or, like, lead. And that way they'll splat when they hit the bottom. Because I don't think their cloak can save them from floor. It just saves them from spikes. So, they're completely avoiding this guy. Who is this? Zassit Kegethshud, the bard. They're chill with him. I guess they're not at war with that human civilization. And we have a poet coming too? Is he just going to walk over the traps? Yeah, he seems to be doing okay. Well, the goblins have a new tactic. If they were all to just dress up like bards, they'd get in, they'd miss all of our traps, we wouldn't shoot at them. It'd be a massacre. Good thing the goblins aren't that smart. It's also interesting, if anything should ever spawn here, which they haven't just yet, they wouldn't be able to get across the river without swimming. pretty good. Yeah, so we have these three who just showed up. Ravens, elk, birds, trolls. Oh, there's the poet. And they're starting to run. They've had enough. Oh, this poor guy is climbing up, and up, we killed him. As he was clinging to the walls, we shot him in the back with a bolt, and he fell to his death. And here comes our poet. Tiptoeing across the bloody fields of gore and goblin pieces. And here comes someone else, too. Man, we're just getting them all. Oh, fun. I just got the achievement for having 125 workshop orders. And we're past 30 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, so you know what the deal is. They're going to run away, and we're going to shoot more of them. Next episode, we might take a look at our military and see what kind of kills they've accumulated in this. The sieges are starting to get a little kind of samey, so maybe I won't even show you the next one. Depends on if something cool shows up. But regardless, thank you so much for watching. Have a good one.